Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Have you ever felt like you're stuck in a cycle of stress, anxiety, or just general dissatisfaction? It feels like no matter what you do, that feeling of unease just keeps coming back. What if I told you there's a timeless roadmap, over 2,500 years old, that directly addresses this universal human experience? Today, we're diving deep into the Four Noble Truths of Buddhism, not as a religious doctrine, but as a practical psychological framework that can help us transform our suffering into genuine serenity. The first noble truth is the truth of suffering, or dukkha. Now, suffering might sound a bit dramatic, but in Pali, the original language, dukkha has a much broader meaning. It's that subtle, underlying feeling of dissatisfaction. It's the stress from work, the anxiety about the future, the disappointment when things don't go our way. It's even the fleeting nature of happiness. That great vacation ends. That delicious meal is over. The first truth isn't about being pessimistic. It's about being realistic. It's a diagnosis. It's simply acknowledging, okay, there's a feeling of unease in life. By bravely and honestly looking at this truth, we take the first crucial step toward healing. We're not ignoring the problem. We're facing it head-on. So, if the first truth is the diagnosis, the second noble truth is the cause. This is the truth of the origin of suffering, or the Buddha identified the root cause as craving and attachment, or tanha. We suffer because we crave for things to be different than they are. We crave pleasure and success, and we have an aversion to pain and failure. We get attached to our ideas, our possessions, our relationships, and we suffer when they change or are lost. It's this constant wanting, this grasping for things to be permanent in a world that is inherently impermanent, that fuels our dissatisfaction. It's like trying to hold water in your hands. The tighter you squeeze, the faster it slips away. The second truth tells us our suffering isn't random. It has a specific cause that we can actually understand and work with. This leads us to the incredibly hopeful third noble truth, the truth of the cessation of suffering, or nirvana. This truth is the prognosis, and it's a good one. It tells us that since suffering has a cause, it can also have an end. Freedom from this cycle is possible. If we can let go of the craving and attachment that cause our suffering, we can experience a state of peace, liberation, and true happiness, often referred to as nirvana. This isn't some far-off mythical heaven. It's a state of mind that can be experienced right here, right now. It's the profound relief that comes from releasing that tight grip of desire and aversion. It's the end of the struggle. Imagine the feeling of putting down a heavy bag you've been carrying for miles. That is nirvana. And finally, how do we actually do this? That's where the fourth noble truth comes in. This is the truth of the path to the cessation of suffering, or magga. This is the prescription, the practical guide. It's known as the Noble Eightfold Path. This isn't a set of rigid commandments, but rather a set of interconnected guidelines for ethical conduct, mental discipline, and wisdom. It includes things like right understanding, right intention, right speech, right action, right livelihood, right effort, right mindfulness, and right concentration. Each part supports the others, creating a holistic approach to living a more conscious, compassionate, and balanced life. It's a path of training the mind, not about blind faith. It's the practical step-by-step manual for walking from suffering to serenity. So, to recap. 1. There is suffering or dissatisfaction in life. 2. This suffering is caused by our craving and attachment. 3. There can be an end to this suffering. And 4. The way to end it is by following the Noble Eightfold Path. These four noble truths offer a powerful and logical framework for understanding our own minds and changing our relationship with our experiences. It's a journey from acknowledging our pain to understanding its cause, realizing there's a way out, and finally, walking the path to freedom. Thank you so much for joining me on this exploration today. If this resonated with you, let me know in the comments which of the truths you find most insightful. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more content on Wisdom for Modern Life. See you in the next one.